Can you believe that we're on to the 7th annual Pat Conroy Literary Festival? It's going to be the end of October. Can't believe it.
Amazing, isn't it?
We have Jonathan Haupt with us. As you know, he's executive director of the Pat Conroy Literary Center, where we broadcast our shows from. It's good to see you. And
You too.
7 years.
It goes by quick, I guess.
Does.
Yes.
was in his office. I said, "Are we on to the 7th year? Is it time again for the literary festival?" It's going to be really super this year. You have ticketed events, you have free events, you're in several locations, you've got some wonderful speakers and novelists and writers, and the 50th year of the book, The Water is Wide,
That's
with Conrack.
right. Yeah, so it's an anniversary year for Pat's 1972 teaching memoir, The Water is Wide, which was made into the film Conrack, starring John Voight. So to honor that, we're screening the film as an absolutely free event on Festival Friday night, so on the 28th. And then leading into that, we're going to have a retrospective panel discussion featuring Pat's most famous student, Sally Ann Robinson from Daufuskie Island, local historian Larry Rowland, who was part of Pat's story as well, and then two of Pat's teaching colleagues, George Westerfield and Peter Walter, will be with us that evening too.
And so that's on Friday the 28th. Is that the evening before the film is shown? Or is it during the afternoon? Or
it's all during the evening. It's all Friday evening, back to back. So, and all of this is at the USCB Center for the Arts. So big, beautiful auditorium, great for movie screenings.
Yeah, perfect location. Mm-hmm. All right, then Saturday, big day. You want to run down some of the activities for us?
We're really fortunate to have so many New York Times bestselling authors joining us. Mm-hmm. And on that Saturday, we have Thridi Umagar, who wrote a novel called Honor, which we have right here. Okay. And then also George Dawes Green, who wrote a novel called Kingdoms of Savannah, both relatively new out. So they're on stage, free events that day. Okay. But George's other thing that he is perhaps even better known is that he's founder of a storytelling nonprofit called the Moth. And here on Saturday night, featuring a bunch of local community members and musicians, we're going to do a Moth inspired storytelling event on stage at USCB.
With storytelling and music and just all a combination of them?
A back and forth, got a nice rhythm to it. So we're going to highlight some stories from right here in Beaufort using the techniques that George has used with the Moth for years.
Well, that sounds very innovative and creative. Yes. Very different.
It is. We've not tried anything like this before, but it's exciting. And the Moth has a huge fan base, so I think it's going to go really well.
And then Sunday is October the 30th. Mm-hmm. And we have a Christmas book and we have a Halloween book at the authors.
We do.
Rebecca Bruff with the Christmas book that came out last year.
That's right. So we're closing out the festival this year with two children's authors. And this is the one event that's in Bluffton at Lowcountry Presbyterian Church there. Dear partner to us at the Conroy Center. So as you mentioned, Rebecca Bruff, who has written a very well-received book about Robert Smalls called Trouble the Water, also wrote a children's book last year called Stars of Wonder. So we're going to talk about that book, and she's going to be in conversation with another children's book author from right here in Beaufort now, Susan Montanari, who has a book called The Halloween Tree. Yes. And this is that particular event is a partnership with the Storybook Shop, which is the children's bookstore in Bluffton as well. So that's a nice way to close it out. We also have writers' workshops, 6 of them, and also 2 a day, every single day.
Starting on
Friday. So 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and they're covering fiction, memoir, prose, just sort of getting started on a manuscript. A really amazing group of instructors, too, most of whom are also presenting authors in the festival, so they're kind of doing double duty.
Do you have folks that go to the workshops and then also listen to the speakers and the authors, or is it usually just the workshops or is it a mix?
It is a mix every year. I think there are many more people who would identify as readers than as writers, so they're going to be much more drawn to the author events and film screening, whereas the writers' workshops are obviously geared for writers, but they're meant to be with as few barriers as possible in terms of the level of experience that you might have. So if you haven't written a thing, but you've always wanted to, these workshops can still very much be for you. And we have one other group of writers that I want to mention as well quickly. 4 of the winners of the Willie Morris Award for Southern Fiction are coming. This is a $10,000 national prize, a huge deal. It's been going on for years and years. But there's never been a gathering of 4 winners in one spot at one time together to kind of talk about the legacy of Willie Morris and what that award has meant to them.
And when is that?
That is on Friday as well, so that's
okay.
actually earlier in the afternoon
Okay.
than the film screening.
And so the schedule and all of this is on the website at Pat Conroy Literary Center, literary.festival.org.
Yes, registration's open for all events right
Perfect.
now,
Thank
free or
you.
ticketed.
Thank you, Jonathan. Good job. And thank you all for watching this edition of North of the Broad. I'm Robyn Zimmerman. Have a great week.